Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on Primetime, local experts discuss the economic forecast for 2022. Plus, as COVID cases in Saipan climb, the number of vaccinations is increasing as well. And in its 70th year, preparations are underway for Operation Christmas Drop. Hafa and good evening, everyone. I'm Hannah Devanzo, and thanks for tuning in to your news leader. The Guam Chamber of Commerce held its annual economic forecast, which shows some significant ups and downs for 2022 because of the pandemic. The annual look ahead by local experts predicts a continued slow recovery for tourism, but a big boom in construction. Nestor Lecanto has more.
First up was Labor Department Chief Economist Gary Hiles, who said the pandemic-led collapse in tourism saw a corresponding plunge in the gross domestic product, a measure of the total goods and services produced.
While it's the largest GDP decrease I've ever seen for Guam, it's also much smaller than could have been expected. The fact that it only decreased 11.9% is pretty impressive because of the aggressive federal stimulus, both monetary and fiscal, that mitigated much of what otherwise would have been a decline in the economy that may have been 3 times as large.
The federal government poured in an unprecedented $5 billion in direct aid and grant funding in FY 2021, 5 times its historic annual aid. But in contrast, the tourism industry, which accounts for at least a third of the economy, the recovery will still likely be a slow and uncertain one. GVB Vice President Jerry Perez.
The feedback we've been getting from the industry, which tends to be a little bit more optimistic or quite a bit aggressive in their marketing, they're forecasting like 200,000 visitors. We believe, however, just among management, that the figure of 115 to 120,000 might be a more realistic estimate optimistically.
That's still a far cry from the record 1.5 million tourists before the pandemic. But there are some bright spots. Congress passed an historic $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, and along with the military buildup, construction is one of the few industries that can help prop up our economy. Public Works Director Vince Ariolo presented an extensive list of planned road and infrastructure construction.
Right now, we've these projects alone, we pegged at about 475 million. But as we move and as the monies come in from the federal government and from grants that we've applied for, that number is just going to increase. And we believe FY 2022 and calendar year 2022 is going to be really big for construction here in Guam.
But moderator and GITA board chairman David John says the pandemic is proving once again that we need more than a pair of drivers for the economy.
What is different this time around is, one, the urgency to diversify. I think we've all seen that tourism is a wonderful industry to have for our economy. Provides a nice lifestyle for you and I, but it's, when we only have 2 legs to the stool, we're really putting ourselves in positions to have situations where our economy can go south in a hurry.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Acting Governor Josh Tenario shares more information behind the Physicians Advisory Group's urgent push for GDOE to offer COVID vaccinations during school hours. Last week, PAG Chair Dr. Nathaniel Berg said schools are the unifying place for children to get vaccinated.
We're not talking about a mandate right now. What we'd like to do is make sure that there's access. So one of the things that we're seeing is people have transportation issues. We know that from the DOA numbers so far preliminarily, a lot of folks that are in need, that are living in multi-generational settings that don't have access to healthcare have been the biggest victims. So one way of getting this done is getting Department of Education to partner with us to push out parental consent forms and surveys to parents so we can see where the demand is and we can respond to the demand.
GDOE is against school vaccinations, but Superintendent John Fernandez says more thought and planning needs to take place. Parents, he said, should have input as well. The Guam Department of Education will be hosting a learning loss and learning recovery session tomorrow afternoon at the TZAN headquarters. The workshop will involve the Curriculum Committee and the Guam Education Board to address the loss and instructional time and learning recovery this current school year. GDOE Superintendent John Fernandez shared recently on the link what parents can expect from the discussion.
On the 7th, with the Curriculum Committee on the board to discuss learning loss and learning recovery, in a holistic way. So we're not just talking about days, hours, and minutes. We're really looking at the big picture and what learning loss and learning recovery ought to look like, with our school system. So what I mean by that is that, yes, there will be discussion about extended time, whether that means extended day or adding on days to the school year.
The work session is scheduled for 2 p.m. December 7 in the conference room on the 3rd floor. It will also be live streamed on GDOE's page and on Facebook. The CNMI reported its 5th COVID-19 related death over the weekend, and as cases climb, so do vaccinations at record numbers. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglutnia reports.
As cases climb, the rush to vaccinate intensifies. Residents rolling up their sleeves over the weekend to do their part. A record 948 on Saturday alone.
I have my brother who passed away because of COVID. So I'm really, really afraid that I don't like anybody else in our family who will be the same situation like what we did in the past. So it's like a trauma on our family. So back in the Philippines.
Her brother passed away last year.
In the Philippines, it's so hard. You cannot even see him. We just saw him on the black bag, and then it just straight to the cremation. So he came to our house on the urn only.
We spoke with Dorothy as she was bringing her daughter to receive the booster shot.
Please do your vaccination. It's all for the people of CNMI, not only CNMI but the whole world. So it's for our protection.
She hopes the community does too. Christina brought her children to get vaccinated too.
Both my kids got vaccinated. I just want to make sure they're protected. I told them that we do believe in the vaccine and it works and it'll protect them.
That science comes with an aggressive community outreach campaign by public health in each village.
If you have any lingering of symptoms, I would recommend for you to stay at home, not go to work, not go out with your friends, because it's each of our personal responsibilities to not spread the virus if there's a possibility that we could have it.
Tomas Manglutnia for KUAM News on Saipan.
After days of waiting, CNMI residents learned of new restrictions late last night from the COVID-19 task force. But some say it appears they may be misaligned with some public health concerns.
Residents waking up to new restrictions released late Sunday night.
There's a lot of concerns in the community about the number of increased positive cases as well as PUIs.
The new restrictions are effective from December 6 through December 19. It includes the closure of non-essential government offices, mask wearing in all public indoor spaces, a curfew from midnight to 4 a.m., social gatherings at 50% capacity unless they verify vaccinations or negative tests from those in attendance. The public school system is also back to remote learning for 2 weeks after just announcing a gradual reopening plan. However, not everyone is entirely behind the restrictions, including the CEO of the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. She posted on social media prior to the announcement, writing, "Shutting down government offices only does not make sense when the spread is at family gatherings." The conversations come as more medical help arrives this week from the CDC and FEMA to analyze data and assist in monoclonal antibody treatment and vaccinations. Tomas Manglutnia for KUAM News on Saipan.
A man charged for molesting a 9-year-old girl known to him has been sentenced to 15 years behind bars. In Judge Alberto C. Lamorena's courtroom, Luis Anthony Vargas was sentenced after being found guilty of 1 count of second-degree criminal sexual conduct as a first-degree felony with a special allegation of a vulnerable victim enhancement attached. It was in 2018 when Vargas was accused of molesting the minor on numerous occasions. Afterwards, prosecuting attorney Christine Tenario said the minor victim and her family have waited for justice to be served for over 3 years. Nothing can lessen the emotional turmoil that the minor victim and her mother have gone through and will continue to go through. She thanked the mother of the victim for providing support during this difficult process. A DYA employee was arrested for allegedly punching a 12-year-old client in the nose. The alleged assault occurred on Sunday afternoon at the Manilao compound. According to the magistrate's complaint, 22-year-old Cleo Noni Maria Millian Lamb was in a room with one of her clients who insulted her several times. Lamb allegedly admitted to punching the victim because she was fed up with the client's disrespect. Lamb faces charges of assault by a peace officer as a third-degree felony. According to DYA Director Melanie Brennan, an administrative investigation is underway, but assures the public that DYA's priority is the safety and well-being of their youth residents. She adds the subject of the investigation will not have further contact with residents. On December 5th, in the early morning hours, the Guam Police Department's Dededo Precinct Command officers responded to a call of a possible missing child. Acting spokesperson Berlin Sevilla.
The Guam Police Department had sent out a press release seeking the community's assistance because of a child who was reported to have been seen along the roadway of Chalan Okra and Chalan Cascao, which is off of Wistic Road in Jigo. Our officers from the Dededo Precinct, our patrol officers from the Dededo Precinct and the Special Operations Division had responded to this reporting person. Checks were made, perimeter checks were conducted, and till this time, we have yet to locate a child who was described as estimate of 5 years old, wearing a white and pink attire.
At this time, GPD has not received any calls from the community saying they may have seen something or know of a missing child. To report any insightful information, please call the Dededo Police Station at 671-632-9811. Before we head to the break, KUAM and Coast 360 throughout the month of December share Making Spirits Bright. We want to see videos and pictures of your Christmas tree, decoration, and holiday photos. Make sure to use the hashtag Making Spirits Bright Guam on Facebook or Instagram. Check out these images submitted by the Perez Eckley family in Japan.
Half a day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific, and that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have 2 of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years. and you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
Our family was recently challenged with a difficult medical condition where my son needed a liver transplant. And I asked Cabo Select Care to assist me with that, and he required off-island care. In fact, it can only be taken care of off-island. So Cabo Select Care was there to help with all the referrals and the off-island coverage.
Calvo Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants, enroll today.
My 2 for $6 double bacon breakfast sandwiches have freshly cracked fried eggs with bacon crumbles cooked right in. And you can get them all day and night, and day and night. Only at Jack in the Box.
Half a day. This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
More support is on the way for the long-standing effort to get compensation for Guam radiation victims of U.S. nuclear testing in the Pacific during the 1940s and 50s. Senators are expected to pass a resolution discussed during sessions today that supports a pair of U.S. House and Senate bills to extend radiation exposure compensation to Guam. Main sponsor Senator Therese Herlahi cites the testimony of a Navy man who was on duty here when the first thermonuclear detonation occurred on Eniwetok Atoll in the Marshalls.
Who was stationed in Guam and on duty during the detonation of Ivy Mike in November 1952, recalled in sworn testimony witnessing the Geiger counter measuring off-scale levels of ionizing radiation on the island of Guam. Lieutenant Schreiber even stated, quote, "I panicked. My first thought was that Guam had been subjected to some radioactive dust attack."
The resolution goes on to state that Guam is located about 1,200 miles directly west of the nuclear test sites and received radioactive fallout from these tests.
Dust particles traveled through westward flowing jet streams from the Marshall Islands. In addition, ships present in the Marshall Islands during nuclear testing were decontaminated in Guam's harbors with acidic detergents, and the runoff from the operations went directly into the local fishing and reef environments.
A markup hearing on the House bill is set for December 8th. The long-standing effort to win compensation has been led by the Pacific Association of Radiation Survivors, founded by Group President Robert Celestial. A bag that contained over $2,000 was given back to the rightful owners less than 24 hours after finding it at Inalahan Pools on Sunday. KUAM's Isaiah Uggan reports.
It first started off with a community volunteer, Jimmy Manu, discovering a bag at one of the pavilions of Inalahan Pool yesterday evening.
The bag was turned over from the community work volunteer to a trusted resident of Inalahan, namely Stephen Polino. Stephen Polino came by the house last night and dropped the bag off. We verified its contents. We kind of narrowed it down that she was staying here at PIC. I made a call last night to give assurance that we have the bag and we're going to meet at 8:30 if possible so that I can do the handover of the bag over to the security.
The bag had a cell phone, wallet with ID, credit card, some Korean money, and over $2,000 in U.S. currency. It was money that Manu of Inalahan could have kept for himself, but Village Mayor Anthony Chargaloff told KUAM News they wanted to do the right thing.
Well, you know, I want to say there's instilled values in our community. And more importantly, I think for us, the message we want to send to everybody, you know, tourists, is that you can trust people here. There's still a lot of good people here in Guam, and we want to show that through our action of returning that today.
The Inalahan mayor dropped off the bag to owner 33-year-old Duri Su at the Pacific Islands Club in Tamunin this morning.
It's very thankful and I'm very lucky. So, and Guam is very safe. Oh, I love Guam.
Sue, the mother of two from Seoul, Korea, has been visiting the island in the last week. This is the third time she has visited Guam. She shared her favorite things about the island.
A favorite Emerald Sea.
Sue will be returning home to Korea with her husband, 5-month-old baby, and 6-year-old child on Thursday, December 8th. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi Isaiah Agan.
This year's Operation Christmas Drop is bigger and brighter as they prepare to spread holiday joy throughout the Micronesian islands. Daniel Perez has more.
It's the 70th year of Operation Christmas Drop, a huge milestone for the Air Force and allies that support it. Mission Commander Captain Alex Randall shared details on the operation.
We operate mostly south and west from Guam to Palau and the Federated States of Micronesia, supporting over 20,000 islanders in some of the remote regions in the world. We deliver the bundles through low-cost, low-altitude airdrop, operating from 200 and 300 feet, and the bundles are full of critical needed supplies, humanitarian supplies, survival equipment, presents and toys as well to the islanders.
Along with the mission being humanitarian, it also serves a second purpose.
Training opportunities like this really give the United States and our partners and allies a chance to train and prepare for the next humanitarian crisis and ultimately to provide disaster relief to regions like this. So it's a unique opportunity for us to get better at opportunities at moments like this that better prepare us for the future.
This year will also be the first time the U.S., Japan, and Korea will come together for Operation Christmas Drop. Point of contact for Operation Christmas Drop, Captain Shori Yamashiro.
This work is a chance to improve humanitarian assistance, and it demonstrates our commitment to foster a free and open Indo-Pacific.
This year, the Air Force and allies will make 175 drops to 57 islands. They also partnered with the Centers for Disease Control to minimize COVID infections to the packages, and for the bundles to be dropped safely and securely, they are rigged to a parachute. Airman First Class Isaiah Dillon.
I came in and there's families coming in bringing the donations. We're here partnering with our Korean allies, and I just take a step back and I'm looking at the whole operation happening in this one stop. It was just pretty cool to see everyone come together to provide disaster relief and humanitarian assistance to the people in the islands.
200 bundles of cargo will be dropped to over 23,000 civilians in the Micronesian islands. The operation will happen this week. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
This morning at the Agate Marina, members of the Guam Police Department, along with government officials and media, got a glance at the newest police boat. GPD Chief Stephen Ignacio.
This is going to be used for education, boating safety, and enforcement of boating laws on the territory of Guam. And so we're very excited. This is one of our newest boats, and it's built upon, the platform is built upon lessons learned from other boats. So it's something that we've been looking forward to. We've designed and planned to acquire over the past several years.
The police boat is an Anchor 5, 31-foot and life-proof boat valued at nearly $500,000 and was funded by the Recreational Boating Safety Grant through the United States Coast Guard program. Sports is up next with Dave Delgado. Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live más.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
From now until December 31, enter to win the 1 million Pacific Points giveaway. Simply activate your account, refer friends, earn and redeem points at Foodies. Shell, NIT&E. Learn more about the 1 million Pacific Points giveaway at PacificPoints.com. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
FD and Southern High played for a chance to advance to this year's ESA Football League Championship game. Friars' Evan Brown with the stop on the play. Dolphins quarterback Josiah Quintanilla hits Jaron Leon Guerrero, who makes a great grab. Leon Guerrero able to maintain possession all the way to the ground. Southern's defense came to play. Anthony Bonarigo comes up to help with run support. Bonarigo giving a shout out to the fans for supporting. Friars' defense picked off Quintanilla a few times throughout the game. Christian Manglona comes up with the first turnover of the game. FD strikes first. Defensive MVP Caleb Murphy with the dive to the left side, going in for the short touchdown run. On the next Friars defensive series, Murphy comes up with the pick. Caleb rolls with the quarterback and comes up with the second interception for the Friars defense. Southern was able to hold it down and force a punt. Nice play here by Alex Sojo, setting up the screen to Garrison Areola, who picks up a big chunk of yards. Friars went on to win 21-0 to advance to the title game. FD will play Guam High after the Panthers defeated GW. Check out running back Kyle Gogwe do his thing on the punt return for the touchdown. The Tumon Typhoons FC were crowned champions of the U12 division of the first ever Guam Football Association Jingle Bell Tournament, defeating the Guam Shipyard Wolverines 9-3 at the GFA National Training Center. The new tournament, a youth development supported in large part by Japan Football Association, was played in a span of 4 weekends and featured 4 age groups, U6, U8, U10, and U12. For many players, the Jingle Bell Tournament featured the first youth matches back on the pitch since the COVID-19 pandemic canceled the Triple J Auto Group Robbie Weber Youth League halfway through the spring 2020 season.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Pizza Hut's Detroit-style pizza is back. Same crispy crust, cheese all the way to the edge, and the sauce still on top. Okay, now I'm hungry. The Detroit-style pizza. Create your own or pick from 3 signature recipes. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hafaday, this is Congressman Nicholas. If you are a small business, you may be interested in a federal program called the State Small Business Credit Initiative. This program can provide federal funds to match equity investments into your company or help you get lower interest rates at local banks. To find out more on how this program can help your small business, please contact your Guam Congressional Office at 475-6453 or at michael.sanicolas@mail.house.gov.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the Office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Welcome back. We continue with a series that airs every Monday highlighting some of the island's businesses who are Guam Safe certified by the Guam Visitors Bureau and have the World Travel and Tourism Council Safe Travel stamp. Tonight we feature Papa John's.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Today, I'm Margie, the General Manager of Papa John's Guam. It was important to become a part of this WTTC program because it encourages businesses to implement health procedures to prevent any virus spreads, including coronavirus. This partnership with GVB and Papa John's was important because it gave us an opportunity to let the tourists as well as our community know that Papa John's commitment to being safe and providing an environment where the viruses will be stopped and not spread throughout the community. As you can see, if you start from our front door, we actually have signs that says implement mask wearing at all times. It also says if you have any type of COVID type of symptoms, to not enter the premises. We also have placards on the floor that ensure that people stay 6 feet apart. We have implemented the plexiglass at our stands so that way it protects our customers and our employees from the virus. And then we sanitize all throughout the day. We make sure that we take temperature checks for our employees and that they're all vaccinated. So it goes to show that our commitment to stopping the spread of the coronavirus is very important to Papa John's.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
We are wishing happy birthday greetings on this December 6th to Tim Perez. Happiest birthday wishes to our incredible daddy, husband, and son, and by association, a member of the KUAM family. He's a husband-in-law, kind of, because he's married to our very beautiful Megan Perez, our creative director. Timothy, you are the light of our lives, and we thank God for your spirit, laughter, and positivity every day, your family says. God bless you and happy birthday. And Tim, we're proud and pleased to have you as a member of the KUM family. We hope you have a great day. Also, happy birthday to Shauna Marie Barcinas Gamboa. Happy birthday to you. Celebrating birthday number 55. Love from your hubby, Jarek John Gamboa, and your family. And belated birthday wishes going out to Kyrie Guzman, who was born on December the 4th. Happy birthday, Kyrie, from Mama and the family.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. I'm Hannah Devonzo. Thanks for watching and good night.
Welcome back, and now we're joined with members of